Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when you're watching this. I appreciate the time you are taking to review how to save the amazing sources you find within the SIRS database in UD Live to your Google Drive. There is nothing worse than finding an amazing source and then not being able to find it later. Trust me, I've done that more times than I'd like to say. If you follow these steps, you will ensure that all of the reliable sources you have found to answer your inquiry question are in a safe place for later. One other thing, feel free to pause and rewind the recording when and if you need to. So welcome to our library page. This should look familiar because we have been visiting it a lot over the last week. I selected UD Live, which again will look familiar because you used this to explore possible topics for your inquiry project. I'm going to select SIRS Issue Researcher, and I know that you are going to be very anxious to just get right to work and type in your topic or select it from below. But I'm going to ask a favor first. On the upper right-hand side of your screen, when you get to SIRS Issues Researcher, click on Login, pick your account, sign in, and then it is very possible that it might pop up with a window that says ProQuest SIRS Issues Researcher is asking for permission to access Google Drive. That is perfectly safe. Just click Allow if that does pop up for you. Now, I have been sharing with you and have been very open about the fact that my father had diabetes and that my husband's best friend nearly died from a diabetic low in his blood sugar. So that's one reason that I'm very passionate about informing my audience about diabetes. So I'm just going to start by typing in my topic into the search bar. Today, I'm really looking for some facts, some statistics, and any other information that will help me to communicate to my audience that diabetes is a problem. Whoa, 5,582 results for diabetes sure is a lot. And I know that I don't really have that much time to go through every single source. So a reminder, come down to the bottom left-hand side of your screen and go ahead and choose a date that is 5 years ago from whatever day you are searching. So today is October 31st when I am searching. So I went and I am going to sort my results from October 31st, 2016 to today. That's exactly 5 years. Let's apply and see what happens. Much better. I can handle 875 results. And if you still are feeling overwhelmed, remember that you can narrow your results and look at newspapers, magazines, government sources, and scholarly journals. That's our recommendations for what to check off first. So if I look at the very first source here, I'm going to start to read these little summaries of what they are about. While that sounds interesting, it's not really informing why diabetes is a problem. That sounds interesting as a possible cure. Now here we go. Rates of new diagnosed cases of type 1 and type 2 diabetes. It looks like it might have some statistics and also connect to youth in some way. Remember that our rule is that you should find at least 3 good pieces of information you could possibly use before deciding whether or not to save this source. Let me see. 29.1 million people are living with diagnosed or undiagnosed diabetes. Definitely important. 208,000 people younger than 20 years are living with it. That's 2 facts. Whoa. And if I look down here, there's a ton more facts that I could possibly use. Great. So I am definitely going to use this. So I need to save it to my cloud. Oh, let me check. I'm still logged in. That's perfect. So I'm going to click on this, click on Google Drive. It is saving it to my cloud. It's saving it to the Google Drive I signed in on. And I can double check that it's saved there by clicking Google Drive. And then looking for a folder, there it is, ProQuest SIRS Issues Researcher. Check this out. Not only are 2 previous sources that I wanted to use saved, but here is the newest one available to me.